Hey, what up, though, team? This is Joe Mill here, back with Killer Miller Q. We got us another good cook on the way today. We out here in this blazing heat like normal, and we're gonna be jumping on the old Lone Star Grill. Got a nice fire going, and I'm expecting that you're gonna enjoy this video as much as I'm gonna enjoy eating this sandwich. But we're gonna be doing some smoked turkey. We're gonna do it Texas style, real simple. Hold tight. We're gonna jump right into it. Cut the music. Check it out, team. Here we go. We got this turkey breast out here. I had to catch this one here at my local butcher. This is 4.4 pounds of turkey breast, so it's a pretty nice cut. You notice they got the butcher twine on here. You can cook this on here just to kind of keep it all together. Just understand that I'm going to be cutting it open, but if you open it up, it's going to open out. But we're going to kind of heart shape this baby and kind of get those breasts out of there. And mainly because I also want to remove this skin and then also add on some binder along with some rub. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. I'll bring you back and let you check this thing out. Right, this baby is pretty. All right. That's crazy to think. 4.4 pounds. This is one side of the breast. That was a big turkey. But we cleaned this thing up just a tad. It wasn't a whole lot to do on this thing. It was already good to go. You can tell this is a beautiful, clean piece of meat. We just kind of trimmed off a little bit of the fat. If we saw something on the edge, I'll flip it over. There was a little bit more on this side. I'm not going to mess with it too much. Who knows? I might get mad and take that off just in a second just because now that I see it. But that's pretty much exactly what we're looking at. So let's talk about what we're finna do next. I am going to, since I didn't brine this, if I'd have had a little bit more time, just getting back in from being out of town. But if I would have had more time, I probably would have thought about brining this just to make sure turkey is already a super lean cut of meat. And I really want to make sure that we keep some moisture in here, but I got plans for that. So I'm gonna do it a different way. But you could have brined this easily before that, but if so, you would have probably want to do that overnight or 24 hours, somewhere between 12, 24 hours. But what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be using a little bit of a binder. I'm gonna pat this thing dry here with a paper towel. And as you see it, as I told you, we going Texas style. I'm happy I finally am able to get a hold of some of this Duke's mayonnaise. I heard so much about it. I had to taste it out of the can a little bit, or the bottle. It's got a little tangy taste from what I'm used to. Not no Hellmann's, no Miracle Whip, nothing like that. A little bit different, got a good nice taste to it. I'm gonna be using that as a rub or a binder, and what it's gonna do, obviously it helps to my rubs to adhere to this meat, but it's also gonna be my first line of defense to kind of give me a little bit of help so that we not only get a nice beautiful brown looking color on here, but also that way it doesn't dry out on us too much. The other thing, since I'm gonna be doing this more or less Texas style, I'm gonna be going with my Holy Cow Meat Church rub. Same thing I like to use sometimes on like my brisket or my beef. Texas style, if we was in the place, they might just go straight salt and pepper on this thing with maybe a little something else. But it's pretty much a rub. It's got a little bit of that. It's got a great color, a pepper finish forward. I think it's gonna be good. So I'm about to get this thing ready. We got this baby cleaned up. We got that Duke's mayo on here, and as you can see, we got a little bit of that Holy Cow rub on this baby. It's already looking pretty. I'm not gonna sit this out a long time like I might do a lot of steak, beef, brisket, stuff like that. I don't want that rub and that salt to start penetrating and pulling out my little bit of moisture that I got in here. I got this seasoned up. My grill's already going. I'm at 300. I'm cooking with some pecan wood or pecan, however you like saying it. And I'm pretty much gonna go on here right from there. The other thing I will do is I'm gonna bring you back around in a second and let you check it out from the front end, but we are gonna be bringing in the other ThermoPro that I haven't got the chance to bring out yet. This is something different, you know, another one that Bluetooth real easy to your phone. And then pretty much I'll be able to kind of keep a probe on this meat as well as also a probe in the grill to kind of give me an idea of that ambient temp. All right, team, now I'm back at you and I can see my people. We back at it. Let's get to this work. We got this baby all trimmed up. We got it all cleaned up. Let's go over what we're gonna be doing for the day on our cook. We did not brine, so pretty much what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna do a butter bath a little bit later. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna put together this clarified butter. But we're gonna make it Texas style. Found me some of this Duke's mayo, which I'm excited to kind of get on here and try and do some different stuff with. It's definitely going on my sandwich later, but I'll also use it as my initial binder, kind of going over the top. Not so much that I needed a binder, but I did want a little protection since I'm gonna be putting it in there. Turkey breast doesn't have that much fat, and I want to make sure that we can still keep this thing nice and moist and tender on the back end. Other than that, I'm coming in here with a nice pepper forward flavor with this Meat Church Holy Cow rub. I've used this a few times. Usually it's gonna be on beef. I think I've done this on our tri-tip one time, as well as our tomahawk ribeye. All the time, I love that rub right there. And we also gonna be using my new ThermoPro thermometer here. This one's got a dual probe, so what I'm gonna be using it into is the thickest part of the meat, as well as I'm also gonna get a monitor here in the smaller area, just to make sure I don't dry this thing out, and make sure I rotate it along the way. And like I said, we're gonna be giving it a butter bath along with some drizzles. So pretty much I got us at 300 over there on the LSG Lone Star offset. We're gonna be cooking along with some pecan wood or pecan, whatever you like to call it. And from there, I'm gonna take this all the way up to about 140 with nothing but clean smoke. And then from there, we're gonna come on in there, we'll wrap it up, and then we'll keep it going. I'm gonna show you along. Let's get it on the pit. Okay, we got it already ready. As you can see, we kind of more or less tracked this one into the thicker part of the meat. This one's going in long all the way into the smaller area. And we're gonna check out this meat. I will bring you back in about an hour, and then we'll hit it with this first drizzle with the butter. All right, I had to come inside for this next step. Got me 2.5 sticks of butter right here. We're gonna bring this up to a boil. And then pretty much what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be clarifying this butter. There we go. Which is nothing crazy other than the fact that basically we're going to remove those milk solids that's in there, and we're going to get down to nothing but the good stuff so it doesn't necessarily burn. And that's what we're going to be basting this turkey with, and also giving it this bath with on the back end. Let me bring this up. I'll show you what some of that looks like, and then we pull it out. All right, we pretty much there. So you see all that white stuff on top? That's that milk solid. That's the stuff that ended up burning on the butter. We're going to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain this off now that we pretty much up to the bubble, or to a boil, and then we'll see this as nothing but the pure gold. Ew. So this is that milk solid. It's all that white stuff on the top that you were seeing, or before it had everything looking nice and foamy. That's what we wanted to get rid of. We pretty much down to the good stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain this off one more time over like a paper towel, or you can use like the cheesecloth or whatever. The bottom has got a little bit in there, so I won't necessarily pour the whole bit out, and we'll be down to what we need. All right, this is what you come out looking like. This good old clarified butter. We got rid of all that milk solid, all that white stuff, and now you're down to nothing but that liquid gold. This is what you pretty much see if anybody ever tries frying something in butter. This is what we're gonna be giving it a little drizzle with here at about this hour mark, as well as when we go ahead and wrap it up, we're gonna be using this in there as well. Hey, what up, team? I wanted to jump in here real quick and let you know, thanks for following along today on today's cook. And if you're new to the channel, take a quick second, get to that bottom right corner, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and that way you can check out some of the cooks you already missed. And for everybody else, make sure we keep this thing pumping forward. Follow along on Killer Miller Q on Instagram, and find me on Facebook. And other than that, let's get back to the work. So we rolling along. It's been on 300. We are a little over. There we go. It's starting to get to where I want it to be. We are a little over an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm waiting to actually get me a little more bark before I decide to get some of that butter on there. But this baby is coming along good. Let's get a temp with my ThermoPro Insta-Read real quick, just to kind of get an idea and double check. I feel like in my small area, I was getting a high reading pretty quick. It's getting up there. And that's about at 143, 144. All right, we ain't looking too bad. We're gonna keep on rolling. All right, let's get into some bonus footage as I'm getting this sandwich together. I'm about to use this griddle top. Got my little skillet already with some olive oil in it. I'm about to let that come up to temp and bring that bacon out. All right, 1 hour, 52 minutes. Check us out. We should be about where we wanna be. Here in the thickest piece. Yes, that's perfect. I'm gonna get this on out of there, and we're about to let this rest One thing I want to do, I'm gonna push it back just a little bit. You talk about making changes on the fly. You know, initially we planned on buttering this early, but I wasn't too happy with where I was at on my bark. So now I want to let it go a little bit longer, and I'm happy I did. This is more what I was trying to get. So I'm gonna take some of that clarified butter we got, and all I'm gonna do is just drip it right over the top. A strong drip. There we go. Just kind of help it along. And a little bit towards the tail. Now you know your ends are gonna get a little more done unless you leave it in that roll like it was, and that'll get it to cook more evenly. But I wanted to be able to get me some bark all over. So you're gonna have a little bit more doneness on your ends, but we're gonna hydrate this thing back. Take that out. Got that clarified butter on there. We about to remove this off, let this relax, and it'll come up the rest of the way. And we're gonna sit it in a little bit of a butter bath. All right, we upside down and over to the butter bath station. So basically I took a little bit of that clarified butter, put that on the bottom, and now we're gonna get just a drizzle on top. Woo. And we're gonna go ahead and let this rest right here in this wrap. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up nice and tight for about 15-20 minutes, and we'll go ahead and get us a taste. All right, got this plate or this skillet nice and hot. We're gonna slide over here. I got this beautiful applewood bacon. We're gonna be cooking some of this for my sandwich today. Let that focus in on that real good. So we're gonna get some of that over here in this. Get us some of that sizzle. Get us some of this applewood bacon cooking. This won't take us too long at all to crisp us up some of this. I don't want my phone to get too hot, so I'll bring you back. Damn. Let me tell you, when I tell you this griddle is hot, this thing is hot. This literally was about maybe 2 minutes on one side, flip. Give me 2 minutes on that side, maybe only one, and I'm pulling this baby off because it will keep cooking while it's sitting. All right, I got one more batch, so I had to break that up and knock those out. These are already ready. Check out that applewood bacon. And I took a quick towel and rubbed off this hot surface. Make sure I did that with something else like an iron rod or something like that you can push it with so you don't burn yourself up. But we about to get ready and get these buns ready while everything is resting. And we'll throw together the sandwich and we'll be ready to go. Bacon's done. We on the last finishing touches. Added a little bit of Duke's mayo onto these buns. I can't imagine these babies is going to take more than 30-45 seconds on each side. I'm going to toast them up. Next thing we'll be doing is adding a little bit of this into the mayo that we'll be kind of mixing in there and kind of leveling that up a little bit, and we'll be all set. Throw this thing together and then we'll go ahead and check out that turkey. Bing! Check this baby out. Needless to say, we are juicy after that butter bath. We looking good. I done lost a little bit of daylight out, but hopefully you can check out. I wish I had smell-o-vision now. You could really know what we're looking at, but I mean, check off all that, the runoff, all that extra butter. This is about to be succulent. It's still pretty warm, but I didn't want to get this thing done too late, and I wanted to get a taste test so you can actually see what's going on. So let's flip it around and get it tasted and sliced. All right, so I brought you in here close. We're gonna have this thing flipped around. I'm gonna start right off of this button, kind of fan this thing down. Oh yeah. And see if we can get some nice cuts without tearing you up too much. This looks like such pretty white meat. Uh-oh, almost lost that one. Look at that moisture. See if this camera focus in on that. I'm still on the end pieces. We see that? Look at that. Moisture straight through. If I would have brined it, we would have had even more. If you buy like the ones in the Butterball or something like that, keep in mind that you see it on there. They'll tell you this. Normally it's in like a 20% water solution with salt and this, that, and the other. Basically, they kind of brined it. So if you're doing to do another brine or something like that, just make sure that you cut back on the salt that you're using. But we're going to go ahead and get us a nice middle piece, even though it's not even that deep. But I like this one right here, just to at least get something to look at. This is the one that I'm about to taste for y'all right here. Look at that moisture straight through all the way. We got a little bit of crust over here. This bottom side lost some of the crust in that butter bath, but up here on the top, you can definitely see that. And I already know this is gonna be flavored straight through. Let's get a taste. All right, that's a wrap. That took a minute. Roughly 2 hours. Got my little condiments together before we can make that sandwich on the side. But right now we're gonna dive into this one. I promised you I was pulling out this piece right here. I mean, I know it ain't no brisket, but we still got that good bend. We got that good flap. There is moisture all through, and I'm just gonna tear me off a little bit of this. Oh yeah, that's so nice. Super tender. And I tell you, even though it's got a good amount of seasoning on there, it's perfect because you really only taste that on the outside layer. Other than that, you got that butter coming through, moisture all the way through. I'm about to put together the sandwich just so you can check it out. Other than that, we up out of here until next week. Joe Mill here with Killer Miller Q and Black Smoke Barbecue. Hold tight, but peace. How much I bring you back to see the sandwich? We got us some pieces of that sliced turkey that we already did. These toasted buns that we got nice and ready. I'm gonna sit one of those to the side, open that up. I grabbed me some green leaf lettuce. I already kind of rinsed it off and patted it dry. So we're gonna throw that in, and it's a little big, but we'll kind of doctor that up in a second. We'll get that in, that's gonna be our base. From there, I wanna get me a couple pieces of this turkey to kind of lay across. Oh, wait a minute. My tomatoes. Give me a couple of these tomatoes on the bottom to be my little bed. Then we'll go with those couple pieces of turkey. Ooh, there you go. So you can see what's what right on there, nice and tight. We got that applewood bacon. Get us about 3 slices of that. I'll make all of this pretty once I gotta get rid of this other hand. And then I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of that Duke's mayo with that Sweet Smoky Joe's in there. Hold tight. Ooh, what you know about that? That's gonna be all right. This gonna be for tonight, and best believe on the birthday I will be chilling out with one of them later on with a drink. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow, or I'll catch y'all next week, or I'll catch y'all sometime soon. Peace.